What is up, guys? It's Smitty here, and today is a very different video. This is a big departure from my normal type of content, which, by the way, will continue on Friday. But in this video, I just had to share with you guys my experience at working with RCThemePark, and I have built a lot of things here, a lot of different attractions and restaurants and shops. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because this is one of the coolest servers I've ever worked on. So real quick, this is RCThemePark, and we are replicating Disneyland Paris, and this is going to open very soon. There is a trailer for the server in the description, as well as their Planet Minecraft source, so feel free to go check that out, watch the trailer, because it is very cool. But we are opening very soon. We don't have a set date yet, but it will be very, very soon. I can assure you that. I have to finish building this as well, so I will try to get that done as fast as possible. But in case you guys have not been to Disneyland Paris, don't freak out, because this is a lot like the other Disney parks. There are different attractions and different restaurants, of course, but it is all the same type of magic. So let's check it out. So in this server, I started off with shops in Frontierland, and I did do a few things prior to that, but they have since been changed because they weren't the most accurate builds. They're pretty good, but on this server, what we do is we go to exact key accuracy. And so this is one of mine that is still up, and it is in Frontierland. And just look at this. I mean, this is, you know, even I'm looking back at this, kind of impressed. This is a really fun one to build because you get to do all the shop interiors, and while we do aim for accuracy, all the different items on the shops, as you can see, are probably not going to be accurate to real life. So it's really fun choosing the different item heads. But yeah, this is the first building of it. It continues over here, and yeah, it is a very complex building. That was the really hard part of doing this. I would have to copy everything in here and have to trace through the steps and see where it goes. Here's some more. Yeah, here is the main area right here. But yeah, no, this is definitely a very tough one that I worked on, but it's also really fun too. I mean, look at this. It looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Like, it does look pretty good. Another one I worked on in Frontierland is the Last Chance Cafe. Again, I'll put it side by side over here so you can actually see what it looks like. And it's pretty accurate as well. This one is also a lot of fun. I think they added in some details here with the heads and the lamps. That could have been me. I don't really remember. But yeah, this one was a lot of fun to do as well. It's just your normal type of restaurant here. It's a quick service kind of thing. And this is the Agrabah Cafe restaurant. This one was really cool. The bathrooms are actually the hardest part, believe it or not, just because the layout was so difficult to figure out because it goes into this building and something. I don't know. It was very weird, like, layout. But aside from the bathrooms being very difficult, this one was tons of fun too. I mean, look at the roof, look at the banners. It's really great. You have the fountains in here. You have it's a buffet type, I'm pretty sure. So you go there, get the food, and then you can come over here and eat in this tent. But yeah, I mean, this is, I think, my third or fourth project in here. Yeah, this one is definitely one of my favorites I've done. And I even did the little gift shop right next to it. And again, you know, I got to personalize the gift shop with some custom heads here. Yeah, no, it was really great. I mean, this one might have even been my favorite that I've worked on, but it is definitely not the biggest. Alright, so now let's actually start to build a little bit of Videopolis. And I will walk you guys through my building process. As you can see, I have quite a bit of Videopolis done. This area is just about fully complete. We might be adding in some screens, I'm not entirely sure. Here are the curtains here, of course, and here's the people sit and will watch the show. Over here is the food area, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a pretty cool area. We have the nice sign here. The difficult part, though, is back up in here, where there is a lot going on, and plus the ceiling is entirely decorated. I'll add in a little picture if I can so you guys can see kind of what it looks like. It's very detailed, to say the least. So I am going to get to it and show you guys what I do. Alright, so in the middle of the ceiling there's this beam that kind of goes diagonally, and it definitely comes from here, so I have to do my best to replicate that. So that is what I'm going to do right now. Just going to go ahead and replicate it up here, and as you can see it hits that. So this is then 2 diagonal, so what I can do is I can just simply change that. So there's that done. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to add some texturing here, so it doesn't all look the same, because this is cyan on top of cyan, which is not the prettiest thing. So if I add this in here, it does give it a little bit of a different texture. It's not my favorite texture, but it is definitely needed to differentiate it from the other cyan wool. And I think I decided that the smooth red sandstone works pretty well. I'm not going to add any slabs to it because in the picture it is a little bit lower, but you know. So that already looks good. That looks pretty accurate to what I have. And now what we also have to do is we have to do a few crosshair things in the ceiling. This is definitely going to be the hard part because it's such a detailed ceiling that you have to get every part of it correct. So what we could do, we could definitely use dark prismarine. I know I said I wouldn't put slabs, and these are shorter than slabs, so I'm still in the clear. So just that this area right here will be a little bit lower than the orange bit. So that does look good, and it'll look a lot better when I get some light sources in here, which again, I will do that momentarily. Okay, so I see. Right about here, I think it's about here actually, there is a little fan of some sort. It'll be about here for that one. So let's do that. Let's configure that. That works really pretty well. It is not any means bad, especially looking at from both sides here. And all I did is just put a little barrier underneath it and then put a door on top, and it's pretty decent. Just for some more texturing things, because this is technically the acacia plank texture, so it does stay out a little bit. I'm just going to put some buttons here. Look at this, it's already coming together a lot more. Look at that. This looks pretty legitimate, I will say. I just have to do it in the center here. That one did take up the center, that's fine. And what do we have? We have a pretty good structure there. And now look at that. That right there looks like a ceiling. I mean, that's pretty good, but we can always do better. So let's do that. And there we have it. That is the ceiling. There is a lot going on. That is very true. But it looks pretty good. And again, a few creative liberties are of course taken, as they always are going to be in cases like this when you have a ceiling or something that's not easily replicated in Minecraft. So when you do something like this, it is very important just to see it as it is and then add a little bit more to it, just to make it interesting for people who want to look at the ceiling, you know? Every single part of this build that I have built is very carefully thought about before I continue it. And the ceiling is definitely no exception. This right here is very important to have detail in, because again, to some people it could just be a ceiling, to others it could be something to look at. And that is my job. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me here. Just a little sneak peek at what I do here on RCThemePark. And if you guys like this content, let me know. I'll be back to my normal content Friday. But yeah, this one is just for fun, just to show you guys what I do, and show you guys that RCThemePark will be opening very soon. Again, no set date, but there is a trailer in the description, as well as a link to their Planet Minecraft source. So, feel free to go check it out. And thank you guys for joining me here on RCThemePark.